So this week's question of the week is my thoughts on cross-training with other jiu-jitsu schools and jiu-jitsu associations. Came from one of our viewers, and I thought it was a great question, and I want to go ahead and tackle it. I knew when the message came in, it was from one of our viewers because my students here at Semper Fortis Jiu-Jitsu already know the answer. And my thoughts on cross-training with other jiu-jitsu schools and associations is I'm 100% for it. And I actually do it with my school quite frequently. Like this past Saturday, we had Southtown Judo, who's an excellent school in town teaching judo. Their team came over and trained with our judo team, and we visited them and trained with them. So we do that cross training in judo. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I regularly welcome other teams coming in to train, and I've had various teams come in and train with us. This past Saturday, again, we had GFT San Antonio, which is an outstanding school here in San Antonio, run by Mike and Emma Martinez. And their students have come in and cross-trained with us, and we've gone to their school and cross-trained with them, and we are continuing that relationship. And like I've been friends with like Mike and Emma Martinez for probably 10, 15 years. You know, my wife and I have been friends with them for a long time, and we love them. And it's like, why would I not train with my good friends? And it's just like when I go to the Master Worlds, or I go to the Pan Ams, and there's a friend of mine competing, and you know, I've had Mike and Emma over the years competing. If they don't have a coach, man, I'll coach. I'm like, I'll help you. Or you know, from some other student, you know, here in San Antonio, or somebody that's friends with me. It's like, oh, you don't have a coach. You know, you're out here in Las Vegas, or we're out in Florida, or we're down in Brazil, and I'm there, and you know me, and you'd be like, hey, Saad, would you coach me in this match? Absolutely, I'll coach you, because hey, you know, like, it's not about what team you're on. It's like, this is, you know, a brotherhood, a sisterhood. Like, I do this because I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't do this because like I'm trying to win some world championship. Although, you know, I've competed many times over the years, both the Pan Ams, the Master Worlds, regional IBJJF tournaments, as well as competing in Brazil and just throughout the United States. But like, I compete because I enjoy it, and I coach people because I want to see them be successful, even if they're not on my team. You know, I've had people come in here, and you know, like, I'm pretty well known for being really good at the Kimura submission and just attacks and sweeps from bottom half guard. And I've had people come in and say, hey, you know, I'm getting ready for this super fight, or I'm getting ready for this tournament. Could you work with me on some of these things? It's like, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, like, they're representing another team, but they go out and I'm cheering them on. Like, man, I want you to win. Like, you know, of course, I wouldn't do it if they was having a super fight with one of my students. But like, if they're going to do a super fight, or they're going to a tournament, like, yeah, I'll share with you whatever knowledge I have. And I appreciate people sharing back with me, because I don't know everything there is to know in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, to me, a black belt really just means you're a serious Jiu-Jitsu student. But I don't consider myself an expert. You know, I love to do Jiu-Jitsu. And I love to do Jiu-Jitsu with good people. And we feel the same way with Judo. So we love to have good people come in and train Judo with us, regardless if they're on our team, regardless if we could meet them in a tournament or not. Because I had a person say to me one time, oh, like, how can you do this cross-training when you can meet each other in a tournament? I'm like, well, what's at stake in a tournament? You know, some cheap medal? Like if the tournament was like my student was going against, say, a GFT student, and it was a fight to the death, well, yeah, then I wouldn't want to share the secrets with them. Like, but these aren't fights to the death. They're competing for some medal that's not even made out of gold, silver, or bronze. It's like, it's just a fake cheap medal. Like, it's just, enjoy the sport, and enjoy the competition, and enjoy the camaraderie. And I just think, like, a lot of schools and associations are just running mini cults. Like, oh, you can only train with me, or you can only train with the people on our team. And it's like, I'm coaching and training grown adults. They don't need to ask my permission if they want to go train at a different school and, train with their friends at a different school to cross train, because I want them to enjoy jiu-jitsu. Like, hey, go train with whoever you want to train with. And if your friend wants to come train here, they can come train here too. And like, it's all good. I don't have any jiu-jitsu secrets, but the advantage of the cross training is when we cross train with say GFT San Antonio, we see a different strategy and maybe a different approach than when we're only training with training partners that we deal with every day. So it's a great opportunity, and also a different way of teaching a technique. Sometimes throughout my jiu-jitsu journey, like, I have been shown techniques maybe 10, 15 times just through classes over the years, and it just never really worked for me, whether it was in sparring, AK rolling, or in tournaments. And then somebody else comes in and they show the technique, and it's like, oh, my mind's like, I've seen this before, but then they show a detail that makes something click that I've never seen before, and now I can make this technique work for me all the time. So we're constantly growing. So there's nothing but good benefits in cross training. And I know somebody will be like, oh, well, there's a video of this famous jiu-jitsu person who says, oh, you shouldn't cross train. Here's the thing, is quoting a famous person doesn't make your position right. So if some famous jiu-jitsu person says you shouldn't cross train, that doesn't mean he's right. That just means that's his darn opinion. And good for him. He can have his opinion. They can do whatever they want. For me, I'm going to cross train. I'm going to share knowledge. And that's the other thing that trips me out with some of these schools, is like, they don't even compete. They're like, oh, we're self-defense schools. Like, why would you not want to share your knowledge with other schools on self-defense? It's like, if I can help somebody to learn a self-defense technique against an attacker, like, I freely share that knowledge. Like, I want to do that to help them. Like, I don't understand this whole concept of keeping secrets. And I've heard different people try to explain it. And it's like, bro, do you? But for me, I'm 100% with cross training, as long as they're good people. Like, they're good people. They got a good vibe, man. Let's train. Let's all get better together, and let's enjoy this journey, rather than, oh, this is my flag, or this is my colors. This is my team. It's us against the world. It's like, man, come on. Must we continue to segregate ourselves like that into smaller and smaller groups? Like, really? Like, leave that nonsense at home. Let's train. Let's have a good time. Enjoy life. Enjoy jiu-jitsu. All right, that's the answer to this week's question of the week. Got a question for next week? Feel free to fire below. If you disagree with me, that's fine. You can fire your little opinion below. I appreciate your insights. It's all good. All right, till next week. Ciao.